What's up, people? Welcome, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, people. Smash that like button if you haven't done so already. And if you have, I appreciate you doing that. All right. And if you haven't subscribed, what are you doing? All right. You got to do that right now. Go ahead and do it. Yeah, really. Smash that like button, man. Guys, welcome. It's a Friday night show. Listen, it's always good vibes on Friday. Yeah, we always have good vibes, but I'm usually more excited on Friday because you know what? It's more of a chill live. You know what? You're like, okay, the week is over. Now, if we were obviously we have a game coming up. All right. So we're gonna be talking about Ruben Amorim's press conference today. What did he say? And then, of course, there's some stories about Manchester United dream transfer, right? According to Fabrizio Romano. Who is that guy, right? We're going to be talking about that guy because, listen, this window, yes, priority is a striker and number 10 and a midfielder, all right? Because we're going to be losing Christian Eriksen. We need a proper midfielder. And number 6 and number 8, someone who can do the Casemiro role, someone who can do the Bruno role, that kind of player. Is that player out there? Is that player out there? We're going to find out because Manchester United have identified a player that they think can do that job. All right? So we're going to be talking about that. And what else? Of course, we have some, just like Man United, as always, we always have an injury in us. Right? It can never be as simple like, oh, you know what? It's another day, Man United, everybody's fit, ready to go. Nah, we always have an injury in us, which is frustrating, I got to say. All right? Yes, some people do not really rate Dalot, but listen, the guy has been fit, he has been available, and that being the case, we're going to struggle. The injury report is simple as that. Diogo Dalot could be out for the rest of the season. All right. So what do? Yo, you're gonna drop in the chat. Let us know. Diogo Dalot is gonna be out. Who's gonna sub him? Who's gonna take his place? How are we gonna be rolling? Because again, we got Atalanta in our sights. Welcome everybody. I see Rasta Stocks. What up, people? Welcome, Rasta. Good to see you, Mr. Man. Hello. Numero uno today. But I still don't like Onana. Listen, man, Mr. Man, you know what? Onana just bought a mansion in Manchester, all right? So Onana just bought a mansion in Manchester. He is not, I repeat, he is not going anywhere. All right? I just saw this, I don't know, a couple of hours ago. I was like, yeah. And I dropped it on the Discord channel. People, if you saw it, I dropped it on the Discord channel. I was like, yeah, man, this guy ain't going nowhere. All right. If he was going somewhere, he would not be buying a mansion. All right. Because, ideally, these things would really, people would be talking about them, planning, okay, next season you're going to be gone. You are not going to be making a big purchase like a mansion. Right. And your boy did it. All right. So, yeah. So, Mr. Man, get comfortable. Onana is going to be your number one for next season. But yo, people, smash that like, man. Hit that subscribe if you haven't done so already. I appreciate you guys being here. I am Luther, and this is Man United Central. Let's get into it. So, let's start with what? You don't want to stand between me and Onana. This beef is personal, Luther. Listen, dude, Mr. Man, you a funny dude, man. You're not alone. You see that guy, Rasta Stocks over there? He doesn't rate Onana as well. Okay. And I know there's a whole bunch of Man United fans out there who can understand where you're coming from, brother. They can understand. And they'll be able, if you say, listen, Onana haters, assemble. Everybody will, they'll come at you, be like, okay, you will have an army with you. But sometimes it's kind of hard because it all stems down to money. Right? Rasta is saying he has to go. I know. He has to go, but dude just bought a mansion, man. It means he's staying. He just bought a mansion. He's staying. All right. But anyway, let's see what Ruben Amorim said in his press conference real quick before we jump into other things. Talking about the team news to start off. Uh, he said that Diogo Dalot, he's out. We don't know how long he is going to be out, but he is out for these next games. I don't know how many games, right? We'll see until the end. Ahmad is near, so he's giving us the update on the players, right? So Ahmad is near. Matthias de Ligt is near as well, but the rest is the same as last time. Aiden Heaven is not ready yet, so forget about Heaven for these coming games. I don't know if he's going to be available for the Atalanta game. We don't know. So basically, that's what it is. So we have Dalot is going to be out for foreseeable future. I don't know when he's going to be back. I think it's a calf injury or something like that. And that injury for Dalot, to me, okay, some people don't rate Dalot, but again, availability is there's a term I always forget. It's called availability is whatever equals to you playing games kind of thing, especially for the manager, because if you're available, it means you're gonna play games, right? Now, Dalot, from what we have seen, he apparently from all the managers that trained with him, he trains well, really good attitude in training, and he's always fit. Now, what is happening here, what we're seeing is, let me pull up something. What we're seeing here is because these people are considered machines. You may think they're machines, right? Because they're never injured. These people, meaning like Dalot, Bruno Fernandes, they're always available. I saw a stat yesterday. Let me see if I can find it. But apparently, if you look at the stats around Europe, in Europe's top 5 leagues, right? So this was the stat. Diogo Dalot and Bruno Fernandes have played the third and the fourth most minutes in all competitions among all players in Europe's top 5 leagues this season. All right. Now, the number 1 player is Valverde for, of course, Real. Number 2 is Raya. He has played 4,440 minutes. Valverde played 4,462 minutes. And then the third one in line is 4,423, and that is Diogo Dalot. Okay? Right below him, it is Bruno Fernandes, our Portuguese Magnifico. He has played 4,311 minutes. That is a lot of football. Okay? Again, I know we like to think, okay, yeah, these guys can play forever or whatever, but they will break. And again, we're seeing that right now when honestly, I would want Dalot to be available for the Athletic Bilbao games. Honestly, regardless of how we feel about him, I think I want Dalot to be available. But him missing now, we kind of we are kind of in a pickle here. All right, Mr. Madden says he has been consistent too, improved a lot this season under Amorim. Yeah, so yeah, Dalot is above Bruno. Yeah, because remember that there was a game that Bruno, the couple of games that Bruno had a red card. I think that's why they're different. Dalot is above the games that Bruno had red cards. So it's crazy like that. So it means now in the games coming up, of course, who do we play on Sunday? Is it Bournemouth, right? Bournemouth, we don't care about that. But for the Atletico Bilbao game, now you're going to have to probably go with Dogu on the right midfield. And then maybe you bring in what? You bring in Amas on the left wing back? Or I don't like the idea of Mazraoui as a right wing back. I don't know about you guys. You guys let me know. How would you fix that situation now? You don't have Dalot in the team, right? Read the numbers again. Okay, yeah. So here's the thing. Give me a second. So Diogo Dalot, he's third most, right? So number 1 is Valverde, 4,462. Raya from Arsenal, 4,440 minutes. And then third is Dalot, 4,423 minutes. And then Bruno Fernandes, 4,311 minutes. Yeah. And then below that, it's what's his name? Tillemans. So I think the difference between those two guys, Dalot and Bruno, I think it has to do with the red card that Bruno got. So I don't know. How do we fix that situation though? Because now we have we're gonna have to deploy Dorgu on the right hand side, where when we signed him, a lot of us complained like, "Yo, Ruben, what are you doing? You signed this guy to play on the left wing back. Now you're playing him on the right." But again, we know what Ruben Amorim is trying to do. Whenever all the players that he's signing, they need to be very versatile, right, in different positions. And just if you think about Cunha is that guy who can play as a 9 and any of the 2 10s, right? He can do that. All right. So he can do any of the 2 10s, right? Same thing as later on when we talk about Ederson, right? Ederson is another one. Whatever, that's what they do. Even Dorgu, they signed him specifically because he can play as a right wing back and as a left wing back, right? So, but now we are put in a situation where we're facing a really tough Bilbao team. I think I saw today somewhere that Bilbao, I think they've only lost like 5 games the whole season. These people have lost 5 games, and we're going to be facing them. And we expected to beat them. Let me just make sure. Let me pull up Bilbao real quick. Bilbao. Let me just make sure. People, I hope you guys have had a pleasant Friday, man. Happy Friday to all you guys. Smash a like. Okay, put it up. So right now, Bilbao, they're sitting 4th in La Liga. So they played 33 games, won 16, drew 12, lost 5. They have lost 5 games. How many games has Manchester United lost? I don't know. Let's check it. Out of curiosity. We're trying to compare the two teams, right? Manchester United are sitting 14th, played 33 games. We have won 10. What is this? You have drawn 8. We have lost a whopping 15 games. Holy crapola. So that's where we are. We're sitting 14th. We're supposed to be going to play Athletic Club, who are sitting 4th. They've only lost 5 games. These guys do not lose games. Right? AKS 97. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Ahmad, right wing back. So but the thing is, Ahmad is not ready. I don't think Ahmad is going to be ready first leg, maybe second leg. We may have Ahmad, right? But again, even with Ahmad, right? I'm worried that, yes, I'm excited. We're all excited to have Amadinho back, right? But I don't want us to be in a situation that we are rushing him and he comes back and the next thing he gets injured again. People, smash that like button, man. Smash the like button if you haven't done so already. All right? I don't want to do that. So if Ahmad comes back, based on reports that we're seeing, is they're targeting second leg. Right? But it's good that he's coming back. And again, it shows that if you have the right mentality, Amad Diallo, all right, he has that right mentality. Like, listen, I am not going to be sitting here cheering this team from the sidelines. Oh, good job, people. I'm not going to be sitting here cheering them lifting the trophy. I want to be there. I want to be part of that winning team, right? I want to help my team. And that is such a good attitude to have as a player, because it shows you like, listen, it's all here on how your body responds, right? If you always have your negative mentality in your head, you're gonna be the negative person all the time. I'm thinking, right? But if you're positive, you say, listen, man, I'm gonna work hard, I'm gonna do whatever. Your body will respond to you, and you can achieve those things, right? So uh it looks like Ahmad is not that guy who's going to be sitting there feeling sorry for himself, right? He looks at that team playing, he feels jealous. That's why we see tweets and stuff going at his fellow players, like Garnacho when he missed that goal, open goal. He went at him, and then we saw something else. I think he had posted. That's good because he wants to be in there. He wants to be the guy to win us the thing. So listen, I like it. I really like his attitude, and I'm really hoping that all the players that we're going to be signing from this point on, they're going to be players with that mentality, right? I like what the other day Lenny Yoro had an interview, and he did say, like, listen, he grew up, obviously, he knew Real Madrid wanted him, and he loves Real Madrid, but when the Premier League kings come calling in Man United, you cannot turn that down because you want to come and play for that team. Same thing as Cunha. We're seeing Cunha is that guy that he wants to play for Man United because, again, of course, maybe it could be one of those things fulfilling your childhood dreams, right? You're like, yo, I grew up supporting this team, and then now me all the way from Brazil, I make my way all the way to play for my childhood dream team. Come on, man. That's what dreams are made of, man. And I bet you, when he holds the jersey, when he does his first interview, he's gonna say that. He's gonna say, like, listen, man, I had a dream. I've always wanted to play for this club, man. Even though we're in the mud, he still wanted to play for us. So hey, so yeah, man. It's going to be tough. Honestly, it's going to be tough facing Athletic Club. Let's see. Ahmad cheers. AK make. Okay, you're comparing apples to oranges, Luther. Okay, what am I comparing apple to oranges? Who and who? Fulham in 9-10 finished 12th and still got the Europa League. Okay, good point, Mr. Man. Yeah. They beat a strong Roma team. Yeah, you got a good point. Yeah. We haven't been Premier League kings for 15. Dude, listen, it doesn't matter. We still have the... Listen, man. There's one great person who said, what did he say? The quote was, it's not legacy. What did he say? Mourinho? When he was talking about United, he said, like, oh gosh, really? He said something about, not legacy, but he said something like, yo, listen, there's a reason why certain situations happen because, we're united. One of those, like, whenever you are a great team, what is that quote? Legacy, heritage. Yeah, football heritage. There you go, Mr. Man. Mr. Man, you are all right, man. You are all right. Thank you. Football heritage. There you go. That's what we are. So that's why, yes, I did compare those two. On paper, you expect Bilbao to do what Bilbao does. But again, they're not factoring football heritage. And football heritage was clear in plain sight against Lazio. Lazio, they are going to have nightmares for the rest of their lives. Lacazette, Shirky, all them people. Because they were celebrating way too soon, way too early. They didn't know who they were messing with. And the thing is, it's so strange because they were playing players who are like, it's not like we had like the Ronaldos, whatever. They were playing a really crappy Man United team, but that football heritage-ness got into them. And they were like, yo, we're not going to lose today. But flowers to Casemiro. Casemiro said, listen, today It's not the day. We're not going home today. All right, we're not going home today. So I'm going to take this thing and show you guys what it means winning 5 Champions Leagues. This is what I can do. I'm going to take control of this game. I'm going to make sure I create 3 chances that will make sure we get through. That's what Casemiro did. And that brings us to a question. What do you do with Casemiro? Get rid of him if somebody comes and gives us money? Or you want to keep him? Because, listen, Ruben Amorim today in his press conference, he said, listen, he's not a manager that is very stickler. Like, no, I don't change my mind. And, whatever I make my mind, I stick with it. Ruben Amorim said, listen, I'm not that guy. Key example, he name-dropped Casemiro. He said Casemiro was not playing, right? And now he's played a whole bunch of games, okay? Because prior to this press conference, he did say, yeah, now I've figured out how to use Casemiro effectively. So you can guarantee Casemiro is going to be in that team against Bilbao, all right? Casemiro won us the game. Yeah, he did. But I still can't get over that main. Oh my God, Mr. Man, that main goal. Beautiful. But again, Casemiro had to see that from the corner of his eye to to do one of them. Like, yo, here you go, Casemiro. Here you go, Manu. Do your job. God, it's beautiful. Dude, I get goosebumps just thinking about that game. It's madness. So, again, it's one of those guys that we're like, yeah, we know Ineos, their mission this summer is to cut the salary, right? To get rid of those highly paid players, right? Rashford is going to go, hopefully. Sancho is going to go, hopefully. Anthony is going to go, hopefully. And then Casemiro, if somebody comes for him, he's going to go. But I don't think I'll be complaining much if he doesn't. I know if you ask me, I don't know, a couple of months before that, I'll be like, yo, get rid of this. Get him out of our club. Mr. Bay said, exactly. The peripheral vision is world class. Yeah, dude. With all that chaos that was going there, he saw Manu there. And Manu, dude, he was asked about the game, like, yo, you had a counter, I think there was like 3 Lyon players. How can you keep that calm in that pressure cook of a situation? He was like, it's one of those, man. I mean, I got the ball. I was like, all right, that's what I'm going to do. I know where the goal is. He bent it. I mean, good stuff. Yeah, man. The wage structure is definitely messed up. And that's what they're trying to fix now. And that's also a huge reason why a lot of Premier League clubs, they did not go for Osimhen. Apparently, Osimhen demanded this certain salary. I think it was over 250,000 or something like that, right? He demanded that. So he's not going to take anything less than that. So that's why a lot of these Premier League clubs, including ourselves, were like, nah, we're not gonna do this, right? Yeah, he may be a proven goal scorer and all this stuff, but we're not going to be put in a situation where we have to pay for this guy. So that's why we're seeing that most likely Osimhen is going to end up in the Saudi league, right? So, but yeah, it's pretty interesting to see how that's the whole thing is going to happen. So, Ruben Amorim was asked that the window is nearly here. Do you know the players you would like to keep and the players you would like to leave? All right. Ruben Amorim said, yeah, you can say, I could say, of course, this is a conversation for the end of this week, all right, which is the end of the season. But I have an idea that is clear because we have to do things early. That is crucial, people. We have to do things early, but things can change until the end of the season. Listen, that statement right there, we have to do things early, that was a statement directed to those people sitting up there in the higher office. And that's why we're seeing United doing what United is doing, trying to make sure that, by June 1st, make sure we have maybe Acuna in and a Dalot in, make deals early. So Ruben Amorim made sure he said it in press conference. That way, like the media and everybody knows, like, yo, this is what Man United is trying to do. Now that kind of pushed pressure on the Barada, Wilcox, Vivell, and Sir Jim to make deals happen. So it's one of those. Norwich, what's up, man? Get Andre Onana out of our club, Mr. Man. I got into an argument with a friend who said Harry saved us. I asked him, who do you think told him to stay up front, and he went out? Good point, Mr. Man. But, but, but. Yes, that's a good point, because remember when we were down, your boy Ruben Amorim came and put that board on the ground. When I saw that, I was like, dude, I think at that point we were down like 2. He came with the board, he was moving pieces around, like, I'm like, dude, really? This game is over, man. Moving pieces and all the players are looking. I was like, really, Ruben Amorim? That's what you're gonna do? Yeah. So, yeah, you can credit the manager, obviously, saying, listen, you stay up top because you can understand how defenders operate and all this stuff. So, yeah, Maguire had to be there when the ball was crossed to be able to get the header, right? So, yeah, honestly, you can say, obviously, in Maguire, he's going to feel like, yes, he's going to take that, listen, I saved this club, I saved our season, I'm a hero kind of thing. Of course, he's not going to say that, but, obviously, back of his head, he's going to feel that way, but of course, the manager also will feel he has a hand in it. So I think both sides of that coin, they have a point, Southgate, because without Harry being at the right place, anticipating that cross, I don't know, did they practice that in training? Maybe they did. In case of emergency, break glass. But still, Harry had to be there, right? But how would Harry be there if Ruben Amorim didn't tell him to be there, thereabout? So, interesting. That's a good point. That's a very good point, because it shows like sometimes the coach and the player, if they're in sync, things can work out, right? But now I wish it was the same with Rasmus, taking in information, knowing what needs to be done. But what is happening with Maguire, I think his post-match interview, he said, like, listen, as a defender, I kind of know his fellow defenders would do in situations like that. So he was able to take some advantage of that, right? So, but yeah, that was amazing. Southgate, welcome, man. Good to see you. I can't. Real Madrid, they canceled training and press conference. What an absolute joke. Yeah, dude, I don't know the story of that. There's something going on. Just because the match officials, what did they say? He was trying to bash Amorim. Oh, yeah. Shh, dude. Yeah, if he's trying to bash Amorim, that is a no-no. Okay? The manager drew that. We saw it when we were down. Dude put the board on the ground, called everybody, said, listen, this is what we're going to do. You, Casemiro, if you get to this point, Maguire, you at the back post, Casemiro, do what you do. Find Maguire, and Casemiro executed. And dude, when it comes to actually really good crosses of the ball in our team, I think Casemiro is right up there, people. I think he's right up there. And he has that eye, that vision. That comes with experience, So I don't know, man. Honestly, if he stays, I wouldn't be upset. Even Sir Jim right now, right? Even though Sir Jim, when he came to visit Man United first time, he criticized why did we sign Casemiro. I bet after seeing that, he's like, okay. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, I understand why we signed him because he's a five-time Champions League winner. At the end of the day, I see because at the end of the day, we were out. And Casemiro decided to say, listen, I am a five-time Champions League final, so I'm going to take charge of this game, and, the rest is history at the end of the day. One of those, I don't know, I'm just mocking Sir Jim, but, um, you know, now he's seeing, okay, I see it, but I think they're going to still try to get rid of him. Of course, Casemiro and his family, obviously, they love Manchester. He says that they're learning English and all this stuff. So, and he has, 2 more years in his contract. So we shall see. Let's see. Mr. Man says Saudi are still hunting. Yeah, they're still hunting for Osimhen, and they're going to get him, I think. He needs to be in the EPL unless he chooses the bag over. Yeah, he's going to choose the bag. Dude, because his agent and himself putting that price range of the salary, he's choosing the bag, right? He's choosing the bag for sure. Because if he wanted to play at the highest level, yeah, Man United or Premier League, right? Somebody would have gotten him, but he wants that money, and his agent and himself, they know. Listen, all these teams in Europe, they need goals. And dude has shown that he has goals in him, different leagues. So he kind of has an upper hand when it comes to the negotiations part of it. So that's what they're doing. They said, listen, man, we want to get paid this much. And Mr. Man, you do the same thing. If you are the top dog when it comes to finding the back of the net, of all the strikers that are available right now, Osimhen is up there. So why should you compromise? It's one of those. It's crazy. It's a scandal with one of the ref. I don't know what. Yeah, what is this scandal? What did the ref do? Is it the bribing thing that they were talking about? I think Don Carlo was talking about bribing or something. Southgate, that's actually Florentino Perez a masterclass. If you understand the game, okay. I know it's all Perez. He knows Madrid will get beat up. Ratcliffe is a sausage. We don't need him, dude. Yeah, but he's here. I know we don't need him, but the man is here, and he's not going anywhere. The same thing as just yesterday. I did a live with Rasta Stock. We're talking about Man United, and it's one of those. Yeah, we want to be Glazers out. We want these leeches out of our club, but once that the Manchester redevelopment project is done and underway, the amount of money that will be coming in, those people ain't going nowhere. Why? Why should they go anywhere? Because the tourism, the whatever is going to be coming as far as revenue is going to be crazy. So yeah, they're not going to go anywhere. So I don't know, man. It's tough. It's tough. We definitely I was one of those people. I'm sure a lot of you wanted that full sale deal, but it didn't happen. And Sir Jim decided to go and bail the Glazers out. It's ridiculous. And Gary Neville should have been the first question at Sir Jim. Why did you bail the Glazers out? But of course, he's not going to answer. He's not going to ask that question. Gary is part of the system with the Glazers, and Sir Jim with the development of Manchester. He's going to benefit from that too, Gary Neville, with his hotels and all these establishments that he has. So, it's crazy. Norwich is saying Mark Goldbridge should take over Sir Jim's position because he actually will know what's he's doing. Yeah, but Mark doesn't have Sir Jim's money. Mr. Man said, I choose Legacy Luther. I know, man. I know. I know what you're saying. It's tough. AKS said, refs been shady for decades. Absurd calls are being made more frequently now. I'm sure it's linked to some type of betting and pay. Yeah, I think so. I think because I think I'd read something Don Carlo was talking about, a couple of months ago, that the referees are crooked, whatever, So it's interesting. All right, Jay, what up? What up? What up, Jay? Ederson to Man United. Every keeper better than Onana. Jay, smash a like, people. Smash a like button. Hit the subscribe. But yeah, let's see what else is going on this before we jump into Ederson on this press conference. What else did Ruben say? But again, the important part of this press conference is that he said that we need to get things early, right? We need to get the players early. When it comes here to the United States, when I go to see them playing, because I intend to do it, I want to see some of our new signings. Please. I don't want to see Rashford. I don't want to see Anthony. I don't want to see Sancho. I don't want to see none of them because they're not part of our future. Ruben Amorim today in his press conference, he did say that he did confirm that those guys will be back to our team, right? They will be back to the team as they figure out what to do with them, right? So again, he also made sure that to tell us, he's open to changing his mind, right? Using Casemiro as an example, like, Casemiro's not playing, now he's playing, so he's open to change his mind. So does that open up a situation where Rashford, who is cooking at Villa, could be back in this team? I know Anthony, Sancho, those two could be gone because I think Real Betis with Anthony, they're trying to do another loan, which is not going to happen. We need money. And Sancho, I think Sancho is going to go. Chelsea is going to give us our money. But Rashford, I'm worried, right? I know Rashford, he has done, like two or three big no-nos. He did that interview talking about he needs a new challenge. That's one no-no, which was not sanctioned by the club. So he went against the manager, right? So that is like, it's a no-no kind of thing. Also, secondly, Rashford is on a high salary, right? And Ineos, they're trying to get rid of that. So, and the third one is what? Again, he did not play for United, but he went to Villa. He's balling out of control kind of way, right? So it's one of those, I think Ineos, they're going to make sure they get rid of Rashford. So I'm hoping that Rashford doesn't come back because, listen, I've kind of written him off as a player. I love the guy because I saw him making his debut. Manc, born and bred, beautiful stuff. The story of him from when he came to Manchester United until he became a superstar at Man United. That's a good story. I like that. And but right now he needs to be out there finding his own way. We're done with him. So we shall see. But again, Ruben Amorim said, listen, he's someone who can look at things and make and change his mind. So we shall see. But yeah, so get ready, people. For us here, Man United folks, we may be able to go and see Rashford again, which would be ridiculous, honestly, because he's not part of the future. Bring academy players through. Yeah, of course. That's what we need. We need academy players. The Glazers is Fergie's problem. He got mad over a horse and threw us under the bus. Don't blame Ratcliffe. Facts, Yeah. Bring the academy players through. Dude, yes, the academy players, they will be coming through. For sure, they'll be coming through. I just want to see this Sunday, Cheeto start the game, man. Start Cheeto. Bring in Kone. Do you guys see Kone's goal? It kind of reminded me of a Pogba type of goal. If you haven't, you got to be in the Discord. I dropped into the Discord. Check it out. All right. So, bring in a Kone in the game. Of course, you got to play a lot of kids because right now, the way we are, knowing how Man United we are, unlucky. If he plays any of the big guys, listen, they're going to get injured. Imagine Bruno gets injured. That would be a disaster. Did you say Sancho? Yeah, I did say Sancho, man. Mr. Man, I said Sancho. Ruben Amorim said I think he mentioned. Did he mention Sancho in the interview? He said Rashford Anthony, I don't know if he mentioned Sancho. They'll be coming back at the end of their loans, and then they're gonna figure out what to do with them after the fact, right? So if they come back, they'll be coming with them in preseason, right? So again, it's gonna be one of those situations. Remember when Sancho came back from Dortmund? We're gonna see him training with the team, smiling, hey, happy days. We're gonna see those pictures. So dude, I know, man. I miss Pogba, man. But yeah, Kone scored a goal, man. It kind of resembled a Pogba-esque type of goal. People, smash a like if you haven't done so already. Hit that subscribe button. I want to see Leon, dude. Me too, AKS. I want to see Leon, Cunha, and new keeper. A new keeper, though, I don't know about a new keeper. If a new keeper comes in, I know we're linked with the Preston North End goalkeeper. Come on, Preston North End goalkeeper is not going to be that exciting, right? Because they're talking about the Preston North End keeper to replace Heaton, right? So because Heaton is going to be going, so they need someone. So it's going to be Heaton. It's going to be Preston North End goalkeeper, Onana, and Bayindir. I don't know if Bayindir is going to stay. If he leaves, then yeah, we may have to bring somebody else. Now, if we do, I hope they bring someone to challenge Onana. Because right now, Onana, I think he still believes he's the top dog. He just bought a mansion, people. He's not going anywhere, right? Let's see. Man United should pay off the club's debt before buying players. Oh, Jay, come on, man. We can't, because our money comes from us winning games, right? So when we are winning on the field, that is what gives us the revenue and all this stuff, because we're going to be able to compete at the highest level, Champions Leagues, year in, year out, right? That's where the money's at. So if you decide now to say you're going to pay debt, you can't. And not only that, that debt was kind of mostly from the Glazers' time, right? So that is something that they may need to put it aside, try to figure out what to do with it. But right now is to focus on building this team, make us a winning team on the field. And then if we can compete at the highest level, then revenue will come in. Then maybe you can figure out how to do that. And also the reason why we're signing all these kids, some of these kids, obviously, they're money makers kind of thing, right? So they'll bring them in, try them. If they work for our team, fine. If not, you can sell them and make profit, just like Man City has been doing for years, just like Chelsea has been doing for years, So I think we're trying to do that route. Jay, who's gonna play for us? The debt? What you're gonna say? They know brains. That's funny, man. Jay saying that I bring the academy players through and pay off the club debt. Yeah. The thing is, the academy players, Ruben Amorim said that too today, that the problem is you don't want to put a whole bunch of academy players in a team, because what happens is, first of all, it's tough for them to be put in that situation, because if they lose, for example, which most likely they don't know each other, they could lose, then the pressure that's going to be on them is going to kind of follow them in their career kind of thing. So that's why they kind of very slowly bringing these academy players into the team, right? And the sad part is right now the team is not at the best place. So it's not really the best environment to bring some of these kids into the first team. But of course, the game on Sunday, they may have to do that, but they're kind of hesitant to do that because of how we are. So yeah, Miss Pogba was like, some of his games where it showed up can't make me grow my man. Dude, Mr. Man, you're not alone, brother. Pogba was that guy. His confidence, his skill level, strength. Come on, man. The guy had it all. Now, man, I can't imagine Bruno getting injured. Too negative for me. Dude, that's what I'm saying, because, dude, Dalot is injured, right? Dalot is injured. Dalot is injured, and someone had asked, like, okay, what if Dalot did not come into the game against Wolves? Maybe he would not have been injured. He did not have to put in Dalot in that game, but he put him in. I guess maybe to maintain their rhythm as players. You don't want to really kind of take him out of the game completely, because with players, it's all about having that, that rhythm, of the game. You don't want to lose that. So he brought him in. Of course, he played in the rest of the game fine, but the injury came later. So could that have been avoided if he didn't play him? Maybe, who knows? But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Bruno, again, he's not a machine. Just like Dalot, when it comes to the numbers, that's why they're third and fourth in Europe with minutes played. Because those guys have always been fit. So yeah, it will be a disaster, man, if we lose Bruno. Johnny Evans and Rio were better keepers than Onana. Just saying. Listen, man. I think somebody said the other live, man. Worst case scenario, man, we throw Maguire as a goalkeeper. All right, because obviously this guy can play as a defender. He can score goals on the top end. Maybe we should throw him in the goalie and see what he can do. That's funny, man. Okay, let's see. I'll take Kepa. Oh no, man. Kepa Abelesa Balaga? Whatever that guy's name? Nah, buddy. Nah. For some reason, I don't rate Kepa, man. I don't rate Kepa at all. Kepa and Bayendier every day for me. Bayendier every day for me. So, yeah. Guys, salut. Happy Friday. Joke of keeper. We can't be going for bad to worse. Yeah, that's true. I'll take Walker in goal over on Onana. That's funny. Jay saying Dalot man of the match against Lyon. Really? I don't know, man. No, you're taking a mick, man. No, I think. Wait, you know what? That's a good question. Who is your man of the match against Lyon? That is a very good question. Who is your man of the match against Lyon? Drop it in the chat. I know you got to think about that for a second, right? Yeah, I know. Me too. I'm thinking about, like, wait a minute. God, can the whole team be man of the match? I mean, like, okay, Onana did some saves. I mean, Maguire, Casemiro, Bruno played very well too. I don't know. Yeah, you would give it to Casemiro, because Casemiro, without him, we're out. We'll be sitting here looking at each other, be like, what are we going to be talking about? Imagine if we were out, guys. We'll be sitting here, be like, yeah, man, yeah, man, yeah. I know we have a game, but let's see. AKS says Bruno is a Portuguese Magnifico. He ain't getting injured. Yes, from amen to that. He's not getting injured, man. Please, Lord, we need Portuguese Magnifico. Jay saying can't rely on Bruno and Diogo Dalot all the time. Let's sign Mary Earps, England Lioness goalkeeper. No, dude, we need to sign the Manchester United ladies goalkeeper. Did you guys see what she did in the FA Cup? Dude, I dropped it in the Discord, man. You got to be in the Discord. Check it out. It's in Discord somewhere. Yo, our Manchester United goalkeeper, ladies goalkeeper, was unstoppable, man. You got to check it out. You got to check it out. Tony! What's going on, man? Good to see you, man. Happy Friday, brother. Good to see you. That's what I'm saying, man. We need to sign our Manchester United ladies goalkeeper. I think he'll be better. All right. I don't know what are the rules for a female playing in a male's team. Yeah, Jay, she's amazing. I cannot remember her name. We don't care what she did, Luther. Really? Yes, you do. Did you see it? Mr. Man, did you see what she did? Yeah, man. Listen, she did amazing, man. The saves she was making, it was amazing. Mr. Mandy said Casemiro easy was the man of the match. Tony, who was the man of the match against Leon, man? Let us know. Slabhead would probably block half the goal with his massive head. I'll choose him over Onana any day. Twice on Sunday. I agree with you, Mr. Man. Listen, that's what I was saying yesterday, man. Slabhead's story is beautiful, man. This guy was in Onana's shoes. He was I'm sure, Mr. Man, you could be one of those people when Slabhead was being really terrible, you were going at him. All right. But he turned it around. So is it possible? Do we believe that Onana can probably turn it around? Strange things that happen, Tony saying subs up everybody. Okay, Jay, you win as a team, draw as a team, and lose as a team. Yeah. Tony saying San had a game. We lost 2-1. Oh man, poor you guys, man. How is my man taking it? We just got done watching back film and analyzing what went wrong. Win some, you lose some. That's what's up, man. How is our son doing, man? How is he handling losing games? Because that can be tough on kids, especially if him playing, knowing that he gave it his all, but his fellow team players, they didn't, do their job. Just do your job. If they didn't do that, then it's one of those. How is he handling it? Because my son here, when he starts playing football, I may need to get some pointers from you, Tony, like how to handle, loss and defeat and all this stuff. He has had a couple of those, in karate. In karate, I don't know if you guys have seen karate. They have to do the back flip. Dude was scared as heck. He said, "I'm gonna crack my neck. I'm gonna crack my forehead and all." Dude, it was tough. So I don't know how you dealt with that, but it's interesting with kids, man. Mr. Madison, I was there for Euros watching him getting slapped every game. Yeah, dude. Oh, you watched the Euros? Okay, nice. Yeah, man. But again, it's that story. Imagine now, obviously he's staying for this season, next season coming up. Imagine if he gets called up for the England national team again. I think he will be. If he gets game time like that. And I think even if we sign another, obviously we should be signing another center back. I think Slabhead, he's going to get game time. And I think Slabhead will be Amorim's Eric Ten Hag's McTominay. I don't know if that makes sense. Like Eric Ten Hag would always throw McTominay in the game when we're trying to get the goal. Dude, Amorim tried it the other game. It didn't work out against Fulham, I think. And then this time around, it worked out. He threw him up top. Go up there and do your job. So sometimes I think Man United women are better than, of course, dude, Jay, come on, man. Don't say sometimes. They're back to the finals again, back to back. They're way better than the men's, for sure. Yoran Casemiro for man of the match. Leon man of the match. Honestly, quite a few guys, but Kase was involved in a bunch of the key plays, which would give him. I think Kase would be that guy, man. Tony, the losses are better than him than the wins. Honest. Okay. Losing makes you better. Okay. Yeah, that's true. Because I think when you lose, the lessons that he's going to pick up, especially after you guys were doing looking at the video, they're going to help him. Because if they just won every time, you don't really learn much from just winning. So yeah, good point, Mr. Man. Look at you, Mr. Man. That's what's up. He does okay, especially when we watch back the videos I took. Good job, Tony. I like that. so I can show him what he can do the next time. So we get pumped for the next one. There you go. That's what's up. Big up, man. Yeah, that's how you do it, man. Review it, see what you did wrong, make minor adjustments, and say okay. And then before the game next time, you say, hey, listen, remember last time? You, you have a clip of that. You see this? Yeah, let's not do this. Okay. All right. So that's what's up. Uh, amazing praise, by the way. Okay. Jay saying, I've supported Man United for a long time, and this has got to be Man United's worst season. Dude, Jay, I am with you too. I've supported Man United for a long time. This is the worst. Dude, our mental, I don't know how you call it, mental toughness, it has been tested this season. Dude, we are sitting, what, 14th? We are Man United. We are Man United. We cannot be sitting for, dude. Like, I heard somewhere, I don't know what I was watching. Someone was saying any other major team out there, if we kept on losing and we're sitting 14th, they would have sacked the manager. Who, even if they just signed him, right? Any big team, Real Madrid, for example, if they brought in the manager and the manager kept on losing, they would have sacked the manager. So it's one of those that you're like, yeah. But of course, Ineos understood that they haven't backed this guy. So what do you expect? You bring in a manager who is completely different from the players that you have. What do you expect? Yeah. He cannot perform miracles with these sorry players that we have. Europa League trophy will save our season. Oh yeah, man. Dude, can you imagine, Jay and everybody? Imagine if we face Tottenham in the finals. And I think I haven't watched it, but I think Rooney was on the overlap with the one they do with the fans and stuff. And I think he did mention that from the little clip I saw. I think he did mention that he the final could very well be United Tottenham. I do not want to face Spursy in the final. I don't. Jay, we've been through worse. At least now there's a silver lining. Good players and a promising coach. Look at you, Mr. Man. You know what? Sometimes you need someone to pick you up. All right? You need a family member to say, you know what? I'll pick you up. And to me, that statement was a pick me up. All right? Good job, Mr. Man. That was a pick me up because it's true. Okay? It is very true. We've been through worse. Yeah, we got relegated. And I did hear someone, one of the videos I was watching, they did say this. I was watching, I forgot what it was, but it was KG talking about Yardman. I'm sure you guys know Yardman, right? Apparently, Yardman was telling KG the way how bad Man United is right now, it's equivalent for us to being relegated, right? Because this is how it would feel to be relegated. It cannot get any worse than this because you are the way our team is underperforming and all this. Like, this is how it would feel to be kind of relegated, one of those. But yeah, this season has been, dude, it's been tough. It's been tough. But yeah, I like that statement. Jay, Mr. Man is saying, Jay, we've been through worse. At least now there's a silver lining. Good players and a promising manager. That's what's up. Definitely, Mr. Man, we just went from an undefeated full season to 3 losses in a row. This is spring season. Okay. But just give me more excuses to get out. Yeah, there you go, Tony. That's what's up. I like that. We're learning together, which is awesome. There you go, man. Dude, Tony, that is amazing because that is one thing is, you both learning together. You go out there, you research stuff, you pull YouTube, you pull videos and learn this stuff, learning the game together. That's amazing. It is amazing. So keep it up, man. Keep it up. And he's going to keep you young, man. He's going to keep you young because you have no choice. You got to be healthy. You got to be able to run and do all these things with him. So, yeah, I love it. Finishing 14th in the Prem is embarrassing, dude. Dude, it could be worse. Bournemouth, I don't think we're gonna beat them. Salute, people. Again, I don't know. I don't think we're gonna beat Bournemouth. Right? I don't think we're gonna beat Bournemouth. Um, Amorim never got a proper summer signing. Yep, exactly. Totally different system. So them ugly cows up top need to finally listen to the fans. Yep, yep, yeah. And also those ugly cows, they know if they don't back this guy, who is their guy now, because in the past we were like, yo, Eric Ten Hag he's not their guy, right? So there was they could kind of they had a chance to kind of skirt through, say, yeah, he's not a guy, right? But now they brought him in the middle of the season. It's their guy, all right? They gotta back him. They don't have money to sack him, first of all, so they gotta keep him. So they have to back this guy. All right. Let's see. Jay saying players not used to playing. Yeah, dude. And not only that, and I think Ruben Amorim, of course, yes, some people are saying, well, you knew that this team was going to be terrible. Why did you take the job? You should have just stuck to your guns and say, you know what, I'll come after summer, whatever, right? But again, as a young manager, a team like Man United come to you, they tell you, listen, it's now or never. You're going to take the job, because most of these managers, they have this thing within themselves. They believe they can turn anything around, right? I think it comes with you being a manager. You believe you can turn players' mentality and change the game of play and all the thing to at least stabilize and make things not as bad. But he comes to the team and he sees the players that we have. He's like, oh my God, there's no way these guys can play my system, right? So at that point, he had a choice. Oh, I better change to stick to kind of their profile to make it work, or I stick with my guns. And he decided to stick with his guns to show the world and those people, according to Mr. Man, the cows, how bad these players are, how there's a reason why they're not going to work in this system. So we got to get rid, so that, I think that's why he prepared us, saying, listen, we're going to face pain. We're going to face pain. Let's get this type of players, Tony. Yeah, Mr. Man, I love his mentality. He's tactically gifted, so why not back him? Yeah, man, that's what's up, Mr. Man. That's what's up. I mean, Ahmad is back, so there's there you go. Yeah, Ahmad will be back, man. I don't think he's going to be back for the first leg. They're kind of looking for him to be back for the second leg. So second leg, we should have Ahmad back. Obviously, we saw him training in the grass the other day. Fabrizio confirmed that he's going to be back. He's going to be back in full training next week with the team. So this is good stuff. This is definitely good stuff. Jay is saying that TBA, I can't see United winning any game in the Premier League this season. I'll be happy with the draw. Oof. I know, Jay. Imagine that. Imagine how long you've been watching Man United, and you can even type those words, dude. Even when we do listen, we play on Sunday, so maybe on Saturday we're gonna do our predicted lineup, whatever. We're gonna have the predicted score. I don't think I'm gonna predict that we're gonna lose, because it doesn't sound like I cannot say it. I'm still going to be bullish. I'm still always going to be bullish that we're going to get the win. Even though we know like we're going to get battered or something, but I'm still going to believe that we're going to get the win. All right. It's time we stopped relying on individual brilliance, yes, to bail us out. Yes. Dude, that's a very good point. That's a very good point, because that's how it's been a lot of games, actually. And then a lot of people don't really say this, but a lot of times we depended on Amad Diallo to bail us out, to say, hey, we're not going to lose this. Even in the Lyon game, it was one of those like Casemiro said, no, we're not going to go home today. Our season is not ending today. Individual brilliance. So we need more of for him to be backed with players who they're going to be all in sync, play as a team. Yeah. Oh, Jay. Oh, it's already Saturday. Okay. What time is it? Jay, you in what part of the UK are you in? Um. Yeah. Bruno bailed us out big time. Yeah. Real quick, Manchester United board are in talks over a possible summer move for Atalanta midfielder Ederson. The 25-year-old has been outstanding in the Serie A this season. All right. Starting in all but 3 Atalanta League matches. He's won the player of the match following his side's 1-0 win over AC Milan last Saturday, and has been an integral part of Gian Piero Gasperini's team as they bid to finish inside the Champions League places. But Ederson, who was linked with a blockbuster move to Liverpool last year, could leave Atalanta. United have joined the race for the Brazilian international and view him as a dream midfield signing, according to Fabrizio Romano. It's added that United are keen to get a deal done in the summer transfer window. All right. Listen, with Christian Eriksen leaving, Ederson is the guy that Ruben Amorim and the Man United hierarchy, they've identified that he's the guy. All right. Ederson is the guy. He can play as 6. He can play as an 8. If you want to play as a double pivot, he has an engine in him. Like, he's one of those guys that, dude, in that midfield, he will cook. All right. He will cook in that midfield. Now, the good thing is I'm hoping that Jay, you in the West Midlands. Oh, 3:53 a.m. Dude, Jay, I think it's time to take a nap. Right? I think it's time to take a nap, Jay. Jay, you're like me, man. Jay, don't tell anybody, but I'm usually up late as crazy, man. I need to get more sleep, honestly, but I'm usually up late. So that time, that 3 something, that's usually my kind of time. I'll be sitting here, I don't know, on my phone, watching some shows, because once I'm done here talking to you amazing people, it's 11, and then finish a couple of things, and I'm sitting here, I'll say, oh, let me catch up on some shows. Before you know it, it's like 1, before you know it's 2 and 3, and like, yeah. So I feel you, Jay. You're a night owl like me. But yeah, so Ederson is that guy that we are looking at. And honestly, we're losing Christian Eriksen, right? So I get excited whenever we sign midfielders for some reason, right? Because midfielders, they are the engine, right? They get the ball, and Ederson is one that can get the ball from our defense, advance it all the way into attack and all this stuff. So he has that in him to carry the ball and advance the ball, good on the ball, passing range. Like, it's one of those, and he's very versatile in different positions. And again, he fits in Ruben Amorim's criteria of the players that they sign. They need to be able to play multiple positions, right? So Ederson ticks all that. And his injury record is amazing as well. This guy has played pretty much all these games. He's only missed 3 games or something. So again, Sir Jim said, listen, wherever we sign now, they're going to be players who are going to be available. They're not going to be sitting there paying crazy money to players who are not available. So I like him. I haven't really watched him like that, but from the clips that I've seen, he looks very, very, very good. And some people were saying, well, Atalanta usually they play hardball. I think Atalanta they're asking for what 40 million. Oh yeah, they're asking for around 42 million, right? So we have a good relationship with Atalanta because we got Amadinho from them. We got Rasmus from them. So I'm sure we can work out a deal with this Ederson guy. All right, we're gonna work out a deal. Of course, we're not gonna pay that 42 million, whatever they're asking for up front. It's gonna be one of those. It's gonna be an installment kind of thing. But I am very excited about Ederson. Ederson coming in. We lose Ericsson. We bring in Ederson, and then we have Bruno, and then we have I don't know if Casemiro stays well and good. Then that our midfield is gonna be very strong, right? Um, let's see. Tony said, "Damn UK homies, beast staying up. Yeah, man, you guys are amazing, dude. You guys are amazing. Syria, it's funny league. I'm sure Scott McTominay is on the Ballon d'Or list for this year. Scott McTominay, yes, man, dude. Every time I see that guy, man, I'm happy to see him balling out of control out there. All right, Jay said, not sure if I'm only British person here. I think Mr. Man is Mr. Man. Are you in the UK, right? What part of the UK are you in? It's quite a few, man. I think United FC07 is in the UK as well. Mr. Man says sleep is for the weak, Luther. 5 minutes to 4 a.m. for me. They see, yeah, he's in the UK too, man. Jay, I think my United midfield is strong. Not yet, not now, because we're going to be losing Ericsson. Honestly, we need someone who can play that Casemiro role and the Bruno role, and Ericsson can do both of those. Right? He can do both of those, and that is good because we definitely want Bruno to be benched a couple of times and rested. So you want someone who can actually deliver the same product, and that has been a problem because even the last game with Wolves, we didn't have Bruno. We didn't do much, So we need that creator. Jay saying that we should do a swap mount for Ederson. Yeah, no team out there they're gonna be willing to take that bet, right? But yeah, we're not gonna do a swap. I think we're gonna be able to come up with a deal to make some kind of payment arrangement and bring him on board, right? Yeah, so I think Ederson is gonna be coming in, but again, he's a dream signing for Ruben Amorim. Ruben Amorim likes him very much, just the way he fancies Cunha, right? And again, Cunha is another one who is on his way. Yeah, dude, you have a Cunha in, you bring an Ederson in the midfield. Fine, we'll take the lap up top, and then we bring in I don't know, we haven't heard about a defender that we're really being linked with, because like this story about Ederson is very concrete, that talks are ongoing kind of thing. So but we haven't heard about other positions that we're kind of focusing on. All right, Eze could do, yeah, man. Ooh, Eze. Imagine you have an Eze. Oh my gosh, dude, you get an Eze in, and then Amad Diallo as your. You can have then Amad Diallo as your wing back or whatever. I mean, it would be crazy. Mr. Madden said we need one more mid. Yeah, we need one more mid. Yeah, between Ugarte and Bruno. I'm in Newcastle. Oh, you're in Newcastle for work. I still live in Manchester. Oh, okay, cool. That's what's up. In Newcastle. Okay, Eze could do some creating. Dude, yeah, okay. This is so crazy, right? I don't know if you guys saw this. The last couple of days, we were linked apparently with Bruno Guimaraes from Newcastle. If you are Bruno Guimaraes, why would you leave Newcastle to come to United? So sometimes whenever we see these news, players linked to United, you kind of have to think about it. Like, why? You know, why would you leave a Champions League team who is really Newcastle is on the up and up, right? The richest club in the UK, in the world, I think. Um, they've won their first trophy in 60 years or whatever. So they're building something there. Why would you leave that project to come to United? It doesn't make any sense. So when I saw that Man United linked with Bruno Guimaraes, I was like, yeah, it doesn't make any sense, man. Ridiculous. It's not gonna happen, right? It's not gonna happen. Um, and would I take Bruno Guimaraes to Man United? Yeah, you know, we're gonna have two Bruno and Bruno in the midfield. That would be crazy. As they could do creating. Adeyemi would be amazing. I'm still on the fence on Eze. Mr. Man, listen, man. I mean, you saw his goal, right? I know you cannot go with just one goal, but Eze looked like he has something, you know. And I saw something also the way Man United is moving quick in these deals. They don't want to be in a situation where last season, remember we were linked with Elise for the longest time. Elise is coming to United, Elise is coming to United, and then we lost him to Bayern. So that's why they're rolling very quickly to try to secure these deals early, especially our main targets, right? Cunha, Dalot, those guys. You want to secure them, and then you go to your other targets because they know that they're competing, especially when the window opens, especially after July 1st. They'll be competing with teams that have money. They don't have issue with money like us, right? So the reason we heard about Cunha and Dalot, according to Ornstein, Man United already have the money to get those guys in right now, June 1st, because June 1st is not the end of the football year, whatever it's called. So whatever you buy now is going to be put into this year. But whatever moves you make after July 1st, it goes into next year's footballing calendar, whatever. So that's when most teams will be doing their business. They want to do their business after July 1 because it goes into next year and you can do more. You have more wiggle room on what you sign and all this stuff because you have a whole year to offset that cost and all this stuff, right? But United, apparently, we do have the money to get these deals done by June 1st, which will fall into this year's debt and whatever. So we shall see. I'm still on the fence about Eze. There's only one Bruno. He keeps kissing the badge. We don't need him over here. Listen, I know, man. I'm also very excited about the young talent coming into play, aside from Cheeto, who we barely got to see. They all look comfortable. Somehow, Amos, Fredrickson, Toby haven't. Yeah, man, our kids look nice. And dude, you guys saw that the kid that we're linked with from River Plate, Matsuano or something. Matsuano. This kid, man, he's a starter for River Plate. He's about to turn 18, I think, in August. That's when United could try to make the deal happen. This kid could be like from what I read, he could be the Bruno Air kind of thing. But he's even better, like on the ball, advancing the ball, creating and all this stuff. He's incredible, right? So I think it's Matsuano. What's his name? Yeah, it's from River Plate. But River Plate, they're asking for like 30 million or something like that. So United, they're trying to make sure that this kid who's tipped to be could be the next Messi or all this stuff. Like he's one of those, like in Argentina, he's an Argentinian. So he's kind of very highly regarded. We're going to try to get him. So yeah, so Manchester United interest in Franco Mastantuono has accelerated since September. Initially admired by Dan Ashworth. Again, if Dan Ashworth admires you, Dan Ashworth has that good talent identification. And then it says, that's not to say officials are moving towards sealing a deal, but they are keen to avoid a similar occurrence to Julian Alvarez. Man United they were linked with Julian Alvarez, and they didn't go for him, right? So they're trying to learn from the mistakes here by trying to get this kid. All right, he's the next big thing from coming from South America. So if we can get him, man, that would be incredible. So yeah, when it comes to our kids, the under 18s, whatever, they'll be cooking. They'll be really cooking. Tony, yeah. Jay said because Man United lost Olise, that's why I say I only believe we've signed them when I see them. Yeah, dude, Jay, I'm right there with you. All these, links or whatever. Yeah, we should only believe when we see them holding the jersey. You know, and Tony saying, when's Sekou Kone coming on board? Dude, I know, man. We need to see Sekou Kone. All right. Mr. Madison, it's not about the youth system anymore. We need the scouts from the back in the day that could bring talents from all over the world. We used to have the best scouting system outside Real Madrid. But yeah, that's true. We did. But the problem is we had the best scouting. But what was happening is we scouted them. They were brought into the table, and someone who doesn't have any footballing knowledge will say, nah, not him, not Haaland, not Bellingham, like one of those. So now they're trying to make sure they fix that. All right. They're trying to make sure they fix that and, fix that scouting network. Even Ruben Amorim pointed out that, listen, we're going to try to bring in the proper talent, from around the world. And that's what they're trying to do. And we're lucky to have Vivel. Vivel, apparently, he has a reputation of being very good when it comes to these young talent players. So all these players that we're seeing, they're very young. It's all Vivel's work, right? Because he's tapped into that young talent market, which is good. And before we roll out, yesterday, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, I don't know if you missed it, he dropped the fact that we don't have data analysis. So most of the players that we're signing is based on Wilcox. This is what he said. There was a quote. I'm going to repeat it. We still do not have data analysis at Manchester United. All we've got is Jason Wilcox's eyes. The eye test, right? Tiki from Manchester City said Jason had the best eyes in Manchester City. He knows what's working, what's not working in terms of Ruben Amorim's system, which players we are going to buy. So if it doesn't work, we know who to blame because they are using the eye test. I don't know how he's doing it. I hope he's not pulling YouTube clips of some of these players, because some of those YouTube clips can make Mr. Man look like prime R9, because you just matter of clipping, the best bits. And the next thing you're like, yo, people, we need to sign Mr. Man. Right? Yeah. So it's one of those. It's not about youth system. Okay. They all left with Fergie. Yeah. Jason, speaking of around the world, I checked Man United fixtures, and the friendlies for next season is a country, Hong Kong versus Man United. Yeah, that's what they're gonna do, man. That's the best way to do it. You get the best players in Hong Kong to face United. It's one of those. But of course, when they come here to the United States, they'll be playing. I think we have a game against Everton. And I don't know, I forgot who else we're going to be playing. So it's going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting. But anywho, people, legends, let's end it here, man. I appreciate you guys hanging with your boy. Jay, go to bed, man. I know you're not going to go to bed. Even though I said that, you're not going to go to bed. You're going to be up for another hour. All right? But listen, go to bed. People, thank you so much for being here. You guys are legends. Thank you so much. This was awesome. Let's do it again. Same time, same place tomorrow. We're getting closer to another game where we're going to see our Manchester United step on that field and do what they do. All right. People, take care, stay blessed. Peace out.